Hi guys. So hello students, everybody. So in this video, we'll be discussing about the important concepts like increment and decrement operator. It seems to be very much easy to understand, but when you get to some complex question, you will feel like it's difficult to understand, but it's really very easy. So let's understand deep dive into few of the questions to understand what is increment and decrement operator and how it works internally. So first of all, I need to tell you there are two things: pre-increment and pre-decrement, then post-increment and post-decrement. Okay, so increment and decrement, two things which is categorized into further two concepts like pre and post. Okay, so let me tell you with the help of whiteboard once. So here you can see, so if I redo it, okay, so here if you can see, so it will be like plus plus. Okay, so it's like if I am doing some variable, you can take like a plus plus. Okay, so a plus plus is equivalent to a equal to a plus 1, a equal to a plus 1. So a plus plus means a equal to a plus 1. So similarly, b plus plus will be equal to b equal to b plus 1. And if I'm talking about a minus minus, which will be equal to a minus 1. Okay, it will be equal to a minus 1, which is a minus minus. This is the post increment and post decrement on any variable. Okay, so if a is 5, okay, if a value is 5, then here a will be 5 plus 1, which is equal to 6. But if I am doing plus plus a, then what will happen? So here we have to consider two scenarios here. So first will be like pre, and the second will be my post. So if I'm doing plus plus a, okay, so if I'm doing my plus plus a, so it means I am doing the pre-increment. Okay, so pre-increment means there are two things. One, what will be my current value, and one, what will be there in my memory. Okay, so there will be certain value which will be stored in a memory. So here, if I'm doing pre-increment, then what will happen? The current value of a will be stored here. Okay, after incrementing. So let's suppose value of a is 5. So here what will happen? It will do pre-increment and then it will set. So here a value will be 6 and here 6 will be there, and memory also the value of a will be 6 because it has already been incremented. Okay, then if I am doing a plus plus, okay, so if I'm doing a plus plus, then what will happen in that scenario? 5 value will be sit here as 5 only. Okay, why? Because it's a post increment. So first value will be sit here as 5. First value will be sit here as 5. And then in the memory, certain in JVM, in Java, there is certain thing called as memory. Okay, so in memory, certain operations is used to get worked upon. So there are certain operation which happens in the memory. So here in post increment, what happens? It will sit here as the current value of a, which is 5, but in memory it will increment the value of a to 6. Okay, so this is in memory, this is not in current. The current value for a is 5, which is set over here, but in memory the value of a will become 6. Okay, so this is important to understand over here. So this is the concept of increment and decrement, and same will happen with the help of decrement also. For pre-decrement, the value of a will be, if I'm doing minus minus a, then what will happen? It will do decrement first and then that value will be stored in a memory. So value of 5 will become 4 here, and then the memory also value of a will be 4. But here, in case of post decrement, value of 5 will be set here as 5 only, but in memory the value will become 4. Okay, so let us show you with the help of few examples in code. You will get an idea like how we can handle complex problems as well. So you can take the screenshot. I am stopping the screen share and I will be sharing my main screen for showing you in Eclipse. Okay, so here it's an IDE. IDE is nothing but it's an integrated development environment where we used to run the code and we can generate the dot class file which will ideally run and will show you in the console what is the output of the code which you have written over here. So here I've taken the value of a as 2 and b as 5. Okay, so if a is equal to 2 and b is equal to 5, then what will be my value for this function? So let's comment it out this. Okay, one by one we will see. Okay, let's comment it out this. Okay. So I will annotate over here. So here, if you can see, A is 2 and B is 5. So here it's plus plus A. So plus plus A means it will first increment and then it will store in the memory. So value of A here will be set as 3. So here the value will be coming as 3 plus 2, which is 5. Okay. So let's validate whether the value is 5 or not. So if I run the code, so here you can see the value is coming as 5. Means what we are thinking, computer is also thinking the same way. Okay. So now what I will do, I will comment it out this one. Okay. So now I will uncomment this part because A and B will be keep on changing. So I need to comment and uncomment to show you the ways like how it is working. Okay. Then second question is this one, plus plus B plus 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 B. So it's like a pre-increment operation on B is happening over here. So here B is 5. So here the value of B will sit here as what? It will first increment and then it will sit in the same value in the memory. So 5 will become here 6. Okay. So value of 5 will be 6 over here. Okay. And here also, after it has become 6 now. In the memory also it is 6. But here it will store as 7. Okay, because it will first increment and then it will store in the memory. So what will be my final output? 6 plus 7 is 13. Okay, so let's validate. Let's validate over here. Yes, the value is coming as 13. That means it's coming correctly. Now, what I have to do, I will have to erase this part. Let's erase. Okay, now I will move to third problem. Okay, I will uncomment this one and I will comment out this one. Let's comment this and uncomment this. Okay. So now here, what's the value of A here? A is 2, B is 5. So here it's pre-increment. So A will become now 3. Okay. So the value will be 3 multiplied by 7. Because here we have to understand there is a BODMAS rule also we have to understand. So here multiplication comes first. So this value will be executed first. Okay. Then plus, here it's 2. 2 minus, here it's B minus minus. Value of B is currently 5. So here it will store as 5 because it's post decrement. So here value will be stored as 5, but in memory it will become 4. Okay. So, but here it will be storing as 5. So what will be my final value after applying BODMAS rule? 3 into 7, 21 plus 2, 23. 23 minus 5 is how much? 17. Okay. So this will be my final output. So let's run the code and see whether it's coming as 17 or not. It's coming 18. Why? 3 into 7 is 21 plus 2, 23. 23 minus 5. 23, 20, 21, 20, 19, 18. Yeah, it's 18 only. Sorry. It's a calculation mistake only. It's 23 minus 5 is 18. Okay. So value is 18 only. So now what's F3 is saying? Plus plus A. Okay, so let's annotate now. Plus plus A. So plus plus A means it will do pre-increment. Okay, so what will be my pre-incremented value? It will be like 2 plus 1 is 3. So it will be like 3 plus minus minus B. Minus minus B means it's pre-decrement. So it will be like here 4. So here it will be 4. Then plus, what will be the value here? It's pre-decrement. So current value of A is 3. So pre-decrement will become now 2. So here it will be 2. Then plus, here the value of B currently is 4. Okay. So in the memory also it's 4. So we have to take the data from the memory. The value of variable in the memory, what is there, what is value is there, that we have to take. Okay. So value of B in memory is 4. So here we have to put 4. Okay. So after putting here in the memory, it will be 5. So we are not using B again. So final value of B is 4. Okay. So if I calculate, what will be my final output over here? 8 plus 2, 10 plus 3, 13. its value is 13. So let's validate. Let's check it out here. Yes, the value is 13. It's coming correctly. Now you got the idea like how increment decrement operation is working. It's very simple, but the concepts need to be understood, like how we have to implement. We have to implement with BODMAS rule as well. So now let's jump on to F4 to understand BODMAS rule concept as well. So we will comment out this one and we'll be uncommenting for F4. Okay. Now let's check for F4. A minus minus. So it will be like post decrement. So post decrement means it will store the value of A as 2 here, but in the memory, the value of A will be what? It will become 1. Okay, it's like post decrement. So after storing, you have to reduce the value by 1 in the memory. So current value of A is 1 in the memory. Okay, then we are taking plus plus A. So it's like 1, no, it's like 2, because we have to take 2 here because 2 is stored over here, right? So 2 multiplied by plus plus A. So it's like 1 is there in the memory, right? We have to take the data what is there in the memory, not the current value. Okay. So here's plus plus A. So it's like A value is 1. So it's like a pre-increment. The value will become now 2. Okay. Okay. So here current value is 2. In the memory also it has become 2. Okay. Here the value has become 2 now. Here it's B plus plus. Value of B is 5. Here it will be storing as 5 only because it's post increment. It's not pre-increment. The value will be stored here as 5, but in the memory for B, the value will become now 6. Okay. So here I will take 5. Okay. And here what will be my value? Minus minus B. So current value is 6. So 6 minus 1 is 5. It's pre-increment. So value will be stored as 5 here. So it's like multiply by 5. Okay, so what will be my current value for this one? We have to apply BODMAS rule. So 2 into 2 is 4 and 5 into 5 is 25. So after adding this to, my current value will be 29. Okay, so let's see whether the value is 29 or not. Yes, the value is 29. So now let's jump on to the final problem. Now you are getting much clarity like how it is working internally. Only one thing you have to do, you have to practice the questions. The more you practice this type of questions, the more the clarity you will get in your mind. Okay. So let's comment it out for this one and let's uncomment out this. Let's comment and uncomment. Okay. So now this is the final question for increment decrement. So first you try it out. Okay. And then I'm just you can pause the video and you can try it out by your own and then you see the answer. Okay, then you will get the confidence like you are good in increment and decrement operations. So now let's start with this. So A plus plus is 2. 2 plus 1 will be 3. So in the memory, the value of A will become 3. Okay, but here it will be stored as 2 only. Okay, so it's 2 divided by, it's minus minus B. Okay, so B value is currently 5. So it will store here as 4 because it's pre-decrement. Okay, so in the memory for B, the value will become 4. Then it's like multiply by minus minus A. So current value of A is 2. It is incremented to 3 in the memory. We have to take the memory wala value. So memory value is 3 for A. So minus minus 3 is it will store here as 2. So in the memory, the value will be stored now as 2. Okay. So after that, it's plus plus, it's B plus plus. So current value of B is 4. So we will store here as 4. But in memory, the value will become 5. But we are not using B again. So 5 will not be reused again. It will be stored in the memory as 5 only. But here we are storing as 4. So if I calculate this, we have to apply BODMAS rule. What BODMAS rule says? First, we have to do division. Then we have to do multiplication of the resultant value, what is coming over here. And then we will go for addition. So it's 2 by 4. So it's like normal division. So we will get the quotient. Okay. So 2 modulus 4, the quotient will be 0. Okay. So it's like 0 plus, sorry, it's like multiply. Okay. So 0 multiplied by 2 plus 4. So 0 multiplied by 2 is 0. 0 plus 4 is 4. The final output will be 4. Okay. So let's run the code and see whether the final value is 4 or not. Yes. The final value is coming as 4. That means very simple to understand. Okay, it's very easy. Just we have to practice a lot for this type of question and we get the clarity. So I hope you understood. If you understood, please like my video. Please subscribe to my channel, and we will give you these type of topics again and again for your better clarity. Okay. So see you in the next lectures. Till then, Devjit Rai signing off. Bye bye.